Well, they're all looking like, I think like even the regular Democrat voter, with everything that's going on with them freaking out about the that was something that happened yesterday, the 5 bullet point email where they had to just write an email back and saying, this is 5 things I got done last week. And they are melting down about it. They're melting down about it. Like
Man, they would hate like every job I've ever had.
every job in the world.
Like every
that's not even
Friday, I'd have to
government.
fill out an email saying like, here's what went right this week, and this
Tell me,
is, you
tell
know,
me about the
these are the
5 bullet
people
point
involved.
email.
Here's what went wrong. How can I avoid this happening again? What did I do to correct it? So
Literally complaining. They can't think of, well, like, because they don't have it. And it's like senators are saying, he's just being a mean boss or whatever. And it's like, it's just what you did. And I guess they said that so many people are on the payroll that don't even check their emails. They don't do anything. So it's kind of like a more of a, to like, kind of get them out of the books, kind of. So
wow.
Really funny. I love that.
So tell me if this is the right one. To be clear, the bar is very low here. An email with some bullet points that make any sense at all is acceptable. It should take less than 5 minutes to write.
You can just copy your job description down and put that shit in there.
I never thought all it would take was an email to send the left off the deep end. If you can't handle the simple task, you clearly cannot do whatever job you are tasked with.
Freaking
Yeah,
out.
you should get
like,
fired for
freaking
not
out.
getting vaccinated, but you should not get fired for not being able to tell anybody what you did last
Where
week.
did this originate from? The 5 bullet point email.
It was Elon. I think he did post about it at first, but they send it out to all like certain federal employees and or most of them, I believe, because some of the departments were like, you don't have to answer that. You know, they're all trying to protect some of them and just insane.
Is it this?
I'll look for it.
I can search for things, can't I? Let's see.
Show us some.
5 bullet points of what they accomplished last week. Yeah, that seems like it shouldn't be too hard.
No.
What did you do last week? Please provide us email with approximately 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week and CC your manager. Do not send any classified information, links, or attachments. Wow. That seems doable. During the Twitter takeover, Elon asked each employee, what did you get done this week? Oh, was he on Rogan? That's this.
So there was this moment in the Twitter takeover where Elon sends his email and he says, and the line is, what did you get done this week?
Whoa.
What did you get done this week?
Whoa.
In the context of Silicon Valley companies, that was a provocative statement because a lot of Silicon Valley companies take months or years to do anything. But imagine that statement being applied to the government.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Like the level of like accelerated, like, okay, what are the problems? How are we going to fix them? And what have you gotten done this week?
God,
Yeah, you think deep banking upended some lives?
Yes, exactly. So yes, what have you done this week? And by the way, when Elon runs this, it's actually interesting. A guy just tweeted or
you guys
posted or
appreciate
tweeted,
the double closed captions.
what it's like to work for Elon at his AI company, XAI. And he said Elon came in last week and he said Elon spent 18 hours at the office and in 5-minute chunks. And it was each person had a 5-minute speaking slot to explain to Elon what they were doing.
Wow.
And he did that for, 5 times whatever, right? 18 hours.
Jesus Christ.
And so think about what that meant. Every employee had an opportunity to tell the big boss what they were working on. Every employee had an opportunity to be recognized for their effort. Every employee had an opportunity to get live feedback from the big boss who had a comprehensive overview of everything as to what they should be doing.
Whoa.
And there's no place to hide. Right.
Whoa.
And think about how different it is for a company to be run that way.
Right.
Then even the Valley companies generally are quite well run by sort of business standards. And even that, like that's a level of intensity that most Valley companies aren't even close to.
Now imagine that applied to government.
And
it's just
and again, this is the kind of thing. There's no law that there's no reason it can't be done. There's no law that prevents that. There's nothing in the Constitution that says you can't do that. It's a choice.
Yeah, his head is distracting me too much.
It looks like it's misshapen, like it's like got a big hump and then dips in the back.
It's egg. It's like an egg head. He is like live action Humpty Dumpty.
I'm having a hard time focusing on what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about eggs. He looks like a nine-upper. Okay.
Man, if you're like only working on one project that takes forever.
Oops.
What? Oh, I can hear myself talking in my ear. But if you're like only working on one project that takes forever, like why can't you just talk about like what had happened like during that project? Like this is what we were
Like,
doing. This is what happened.
was
What had happened?
right. People probably lie about that. Isn't that scary? And also just think about like, if I think, God, what did I get done this week? It puts things into perspective because I'll do like many half tasks.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, what full things have you completed? And I'd be like, ooh, nothing.
Well, the thing is,
But
like, I don't think
started
that they're
5
even
things.
asking what did you finish. It's just like, what did you do? Like, okay, so
what
if
did
you
you do?
were working on this, you know, what happened during that, like when you were working on this? Like, I used to work at a company where like our software developer would be like, hey, we need you to test this on the site. And I'd be like, okay. So then if I were to report back on testing on that site, I would be like, oh, I tested out this thing on the site and this is what happened. I tested this out on the site. This is what happened. When I clicked this button, this happened. When I clicked this button, this happened. Like, so I mean, I can tell you all sorts of different things on previous jobs. Like even when I worked in sales, like, what did you do this week? Oh, I called X amount of people to come to an event. I had, you know, X amount of people like coming in and they were like first time in this particular location. And so I, you know, sat them down and we did bubble, whatever. Like it just, you, just think about all the details of all the things that you did, even if it's just like, yeah, I sold stuff to people. Like, well, you can break that down. How many people was it? Did anything stick out in your mind? Like, or whatever it is that you're working on. Like, you don't have to just be like, oh, I didn't finish anything. And so I didn't do anything. Like, okay, well,
Literally
that means
just
you,
5 bullet points is the easiest thing to write. And if you can't come up with if you can't think back on your week and think of five bullet points, then you are not only an unproductive person, but you're not a very bright person. Because even if you really didn't do that much, you could probably rattle off, you know, like 5 things.
If you say like, oh, I blew my desk with one of those dust cans. Would that count?
well, you can even like, oh, I joined one of those lame, useless Zoom meetings for an hour.
I polished off the leftover donuts in the break room.
Perfect.
That's a
I
thing.
don't even have a job, and I can list off 5 things I did that were productive last week completely. So, no problem.
Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Come and get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.